We are back from our Christmas celebrations. We spent about 3 days off of the homestead. We came back to chickens who are actually willing to go outside now. It's over 40 degrees. And as you can see, we have a lot less snow here. I brought out some cabbage from the dinner I made last night. Catching up with friends and family over the holiday season, there were a lot of questions about how we got into gardening, raising chickens, some of the things we've been up to over the past year, and really how we learned how to do all of that. The guinea wants to tell you how we did that too. Okay, we're back inside, ready to dig into the YouTubers that you need to follow to start your homestead planning this year. As a quick introduction, my name is Hannah. I live on a 20-acre homestead in Southwest Pennsylvania. We moved just about a year ago. I had been living in the city for about a decade prior to that. So all of my experience is in the past year. And while I'm so excited to document it and share it with all of you as we're in year 2, I also want to share some of the experts and people who I learned a lot from on YouTube. So what constitutes as a good homestead YouTuber to me? I care about people that I can relate to who are authentic, who live normal lives and have adopted some of these homesteading practices into their normal routines. I also care, and the part of that authenticity is really people who show their failures. We all fail, we all mess things up some of the first times we're doing them, and it's really comforting to see that other people make those mistakes too and allow me to learn from them. So there are a few reasons why you might be here and why you're trying to incorporate some homesteading practices into your lifestyle and your home. One of those is the grocery bill. It has been out of control lately. So being able to produce some of your food yourself can really lessen that grocery bill. Another one, you might be concerned about your food source. Maybe you're wanting to buy within your local economy, food that's grown and produced in your local economy, or maybe even in your own backyard. These YouTubers will teach you how to do all of that. The first one that I recommend is Becky at Acre Homestead. Becky is so welcoming and has created the best community. She started a YouTube channel when she started a garden just a few years ago. Her channel really focuses a lot on gardening, food preservation, and she does have laying hens as well. She also just had a baby a few weeks ago, so congratulations. We're really excited for that content as well. She initially did all of her work on a 1-acre property, hence the name. She's recently moved onto a larger homestead, but I think doing this all on 1 acre, her pantry is immaculate and so expansive. And if she can do that on 1 acre, there's a lot that we can do on our 20, or that you can even do in your backyard or on your porch if you're living in a city setting. I really appreciate her can-do attitude and the community around it. She is a great one to follow. She'll make you feel like you can do, plant, grow, preserve literally anything. The second YouTuber that I recommend is Rocky Creek Homestead. His story is so interesting. He started homesteading and growing his own food to heal himself. He suffers from psoriasis, and he found that his diet was a key contributor to how he was able to heal himself. So he has a very large garden, expansive. He preserves that. He also raises chickens, rabbits, and pigs for meat, as well as has laying hens. And if you check out his channel, always has new arrivals on the farm. The content I find most valuable from him is how to homestead with a full-time job, how to make it part of your routine and not such a daunting task. He has a really great video on that. He also makes it family friendly. He has a family, a wife, Mrs. Rocky Creek, and 2 young kids, and it's awesome to see them all come together to grow their food. Another very helpful video from Rocky Creek's Homestead is how to process a chicken. We had the daunting task of doing that kind of last minute unexpectedly on our own on our homestead over the past year, and having him walk through it step by step was a really valuable tool when we were doing it ourselves. The third YouTube channel I'd like to recommend is That 1870s Homestead. It is a homestead. The house was built in the 1870s, hence the name, but it is a couple based out of Michigan who really their purpose and their mission of starting their homestead was sourcing their own food, growing their own food. What I like most about this channel is it's a couple and they really show how they make decisions, how they make compromises, and how they kind of divide and conquer on the homestead. It's kind of like a 2-for-1, you get content from both of them. They focus a lot on gardening, preserving, another very impressive pantry. They've also raised pigs, goats, and chickens that I can remember. I might be leaving some out. My favorite video of theirs is the one brine to rule them all. It's one brine for preserving that you can use on almost any vegetable. So if I'm overwhelmed with a harvest for the garden, I make this brine. I can pickle anything. It is delicious. They have a lot of great tips and tricks on how to be efficient, how to be frugal, and how to make the most of your homestead. So I hope you go check these 3 channels out as you're beginning your planning for 2023. I know I use their resources for a lot of my planning and inspiration of what I want to do. On this channel, we'll also focus on planning our garden, what we're going to do with our flock, what meat we're going to raise here on the homestead. But I wanted to share these 3 really awesome channels and resources for you to check out as you're looking to become more self-sufficient as well. So we'll catch you next time.